again. Hi. Welcome to the show. Big Brother daydream that you're actually more you really are. Well, if so, a new internet phenomenon may be tailor-made for you. It means you can now live an entirely different life from your own online. It's a virtual community called Second Life, and every day another 15,000 people join it. Membership is now 3 million, and it's set to be as big as MySpace. Now, this is my character live, I wish, on the internet right now, and I can wave hello, I can wink.
Go on, give us a wink.
Hey. I can travel all around the world. There I go for a little walkabout, and I can even fly, which is fantastic.
You look a bit like Jack's girlfriend. Do you think?
Well, yeah, I wish. There you go.
Well, you did.
But there's even a Richard in there somewhere, just waiting for me to find him. And there he is. Oh, no, that's you.
That's you finding him. Oh, darling. Oh, my sweet.
Oh.
Give us a cuddle. Go on, give us a cuddle.
No, I'm backing away.
I've got man breasts.
Yes, you have. You've got little man boobs.
Who designed that? I will try and get over that. Thank you. You did that, did you? Well, I guess, OK, I'll get over that a bit later.
We'll see more of that later on. But joining us, meanwhile, to try and explain this extraordinary world is Tim Guest, who's written a book about it. It's actually called Second Lives. Expert Justin Bovington. Now, Justin, you actually work for some of the software company, don't you?
Yes, I work for a company called Rivers Run Red, who are the content creation company.
So you design the way the characters look.
You designed your avatars today.
Thank you for that, Justin.
And also Leo Wolff, who's actually launched her singing career within the virtual world. It's extremely. I mean, just treat me as being extremely stupid because I know nothing about this at all. And when I was reading the notes that somebody thought he made, I couldn't get my head around it at all. Tim, what? It's not really you at all, is it? But you make yourself work. You can make yourself do things.
Yeah, you kind of join and you sculpt yourself. You can make either your ideal self or whatever you like. You can have wings, or you can choose whatever skin colour you have. It's a way of sort of extending yourself. So you create what you look like.
This is the virtual you, isn't it?
This is the virtual me.
What's he called?
Yeah, he's called Errol Mysterio.
Tell us all about him.
Well, he lives in Second Life. He's been in there for 3 years, and obviously I've been writing a book about the place. So I have built an office, which is a much larger and nicer office than I could afford in the real life.
Right.
I have a sea view.
You have a sea view?
Yeah, I have a sea view, yeah. What Errol tends to do is sit at his desk and stare into space, just like I do in the real world, but at least he gets to look at the sea.
And he's a writer like you, is he?
Yeah, I mean, basically I joined and created Errol, and he's become my avatar for these kind of second selves.
These are our selves. I mean, I'm an avatar.
Yeah.
It's old Sanskrit for incarnation, is that right?
It is, yeah, and in a sense it is an incarnation of you. You invest that self. You know, the same way when you drive a car, you talk about, oh, I hit this person, or I drove over there. When people talk about Second Life, they say, oh, I do this and I do that. It becomes part of yourself.
Right. An alter ego.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly. But sometimes, actually, what happens over time is you end up really feeling like it's you. So I felt shy or awkward in Second Life because
it wasn't you.
Yeah, it feels like you.
Yeah, but you're playing a game, aren't you?
Well, this is how it began. It began with game. That was what attracted me to writing about it. And the numbers are, even when I started 3 years ago, there were, I think, 30 million people worldwide living in these kind of worlds. And about a third of those spend more time than they do in their real jobs, in their virtual shoes. So there is something very entrancing about these new spaces.
You mean you might do a 7-hour day in the office, but end up spending 8 or 9 hours at home in the middle of the night and in the morning,
over the
checking
weekends.
out what's happening at weekends?
Yeah, yeah. And in fact, 1 in 5 of them, people claim that this is their primary self, so that this is the person they identify more than with their real self.
And it's, I mean, the permutations are for example, is it the case rather 9 quite physically disabled men who've got together and inhabit one able-bodied.
And I went and met them and spent 2 weeks with them, and I met their parents, and their parents, who had no idea what this was, they called it Second World, said that they'd never seen anything that had really changed their lives as much as
So they can do stuff in their virtual world that their physical limitations
they've never been able to do. And not only that, they can do more. They can go skydiving. They told me they visited hell. Someone had built hell, and they told me hell was harder to get into.
How real does it feel?
I think it's a really good question. I think what happens is that the blur between virtual life and real life is getting very, very much smaller.
Yeah.
You're still having real relationships. You're still having real conversations with people. So it is getting very, very real.
And this could be somebody on the other side of the world, couldn't it?
Absolutely.
You could be interacting with someone who's on their computer in Tokyo or something. You're a singer.
Yes. But I think it's important to say, as we come to you, that the membership, because I always think of computer nerds, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the stereotype, yes.
Just feel right at home.
You know, as being male, predominantly male, but it's a 50-50 male-female membership, isn't it? Yeah. And you're one of the females. And what have you done with your singing career with this?
Well, I'm a musician. I write and produce and sing all over my own music. And
in the virtual world?
In the virtual world, yes. Before I found Second Life as a platform, I posted my music.
There you are.
And that's my avatar.
Not dissimilar from the real thing.
Her name is Slim Warrior, and she represents myself in Second Life.
You've given her green eyes, I see.
Yes, because I don't have them myself.
Exactly. And you always
I'd like to have them, so I have them.
What are you doing here?
This is actually my island. I bought an island so that I could help to showcase not just my own music, but also other musicians that come in and perform live on the internet. Now, I use internet sites such as Mac Jam, Musicians, Mac Idol, MP3 Unsigned, and you have a reasonably limited amount of people that are going to come and hear your music when you're unsigned and when you're a nobody.
And
With Second Life,
how real do you feel? I mean, how long have you been doing this for now?
just over a year.
OK, so you've had a year of getting to know this other you, this alternative you, if, in a sense, the better you. Is she as real to you as the person sitting here?
She's got longer hair than I have.
But is she as real to you, up in your head, as you are?
She represents me. She has allowed me to perform my music live to people all over the world, because I couldn't possibly be all over the world. My local area, I would only reach...
She fulfills your fantasy.
So she fulfills quite a lot more than a fantasy. She actually reaches far out so that, as you said, somebody in Tokyo, somebody in Japan will hear me singing live.
Justin, now you're somebody called Physic Baskerville.
Yes.
In this, we'll have a look at yours now.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, when you look at what you're doing here, can I ask?
A bit different there, mate.
You think so? I think it's got the grey hair.
And the man boobs. You've got a thing for man boobs.
I know. Maybe that's what it is.
Love the eyes.
Actually, it's actually quite a funny story. I tried to change Physic's appearance to look more like me, and then people were saying to me, "That's not you. That's not you anymore," because they got so used to the virtual you, the virtual me inside there. In fact, the joke is, if you go do an actual Google search on Physic Baskerville, there's more about him than there is about me. So it just shows...
You're slowly being usurped by your
getting drawn in, absolutely.
What can you do? Are there any limitations to what any of these avatars can do? I mean, for example, can they make love? Can they kill someone?
I think anything that you can do within reason in the real world, you can do. Yes, you can do. I think one of the things which is happening inside there, though, is the growth of people who are running businesses in there.
They're making money now.
Making real money. The actual currency is exchangeable for real money.
What's the currency? The something dollar?
The actual Linden dollar, it's
Linden dollar.
And that's actually, you can exchange that for real US dollars. And at the moment, it's 271 Linden dollars to $1 US dollar.
OK.
Now this
But that's falling.
Okay,
that exchange rate is getting better.
It's getting better and better all the time, and it's actually getting to the point where it's going to become, at some stage, probably a very, very powerful economic.
And people, I mean, if we can go live, quickly go live to my site. OK, I mean, I can. Mine's a very simple program at the moment. I can jump. Come on, Richard, jump. Come on, it's live. It takes a second for the computer to kick in.
He doesn't want to.
Doesn't want to.
Jump!
There is that weird feeling that maybe these characters don't want to do what you
I mean, maybe they don't trust you in the ways.
I think you shouted at him, Richard.
Yeah,
he just didn't like it.
No, I am. I'm going to jump now.
There you go. He's smiling there. That's the thing.
There you go.
Yeah, better.
No, even better. I can dance. I can dance here, and I can't dance in the real world. Now, look at that. If this was a much more complicated setup, like yours are, this is where money can be made. I could sell that site, and somebody could buy it, could become my virtual character, and then tweak it a bit.
Let me explain what happens.
Very quickly.
All the items in there, actually, you can create and make yourself. So what's happened is that there's a sub-industry come out of people creating items. So what you're doing, of course, if you create an item, it's got a value, and people are actually paying for that value. And just to your point, I think one of the most amazing things about it, the average age in there is 32. The most powerful people in there are actually women. And also, the most powerful thing that's happening at the moment is this is becoming a very, very strong second income for UK families. So it's going to get bigger, and it's just going to get bigger.
The future is virtual, and I'm glad I'm on the average age.
I can't work out whether it's just wonderfully good fun or slightly spooky.
Well, it's the more powerful and invasive it gets, the spookier it gets in some ways. But anyway, thank you for coming in.
Great idea for a novel.
Thank you.
Fantastic idea.
Now, this is this. One of the hottest selling stocking filler books this Christmas. Actually, it was one that we recommended. It's called The Goddess Guide. It's the ultimate directory to achieving true girlydom. Fashion, hair, makeup, shopping, all of that. So it's inspired us to ask its author, Giselle Scanlon, to visit the most female-friendly cities in the world and give us her unique guide to all of them. And first off, this is her first port of call, Giselle is taking the girlies girly, Jane Middlemiss, to Paris.